Oh, man.
Give me the VIP. Give that VIP a Deagle, a B250. Now we're cooking with gas.
A little CS assault, you know? There's no VIPs, but that's a hostage map that they should bring it back.
Yeah, we could do whole tournaments. We could turn into COD, and we could have, instead of, 3 different maps, you just play 3 different styles. Defusal, hostage rescue, and VIP.
Oh, God.
That'd be
Yeah,
spicy.
that would be...
Boy.
Now
Maybe that's a standalone tournament.
Yeah,
we have to try it out first.
Yeah,
I think.
Boomer meter.
Yeah, 56%.
We're having great discussions here. Why is there a boomer meter there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're going live, and as you can tell, I'm not sure who won the knife, but we do have Godsent on the T side, Fnatic on that CT side. 2 sets of nades for Fnatic. Flusha with the kit again, and an HE. JW with a flashbang. He saved some money there.
Ooh, 2 players in the B bomb site for defense. That'd be Golden and Flusha. Flusha on the platform. Golden actually just switching over towards mid now. They're going to get a bunch of action. 5 players, contact play. Might be a smoke towards the end of the tunnels to get them close. But here we go. Flusha is going to have the all-important role on platform. We know he can deliver. Timing of the nade is everything. Jiggling. There's the nade of its own, and Flusha's comes out. That's going to do decent damage, and unfortunately, Golden and Flusha are not able to combine for a single kill. So the bomb site is lost, and this should be the pistol round to Godsent, but here comes Crims on the flank. Unless.
Well.
Yeah?
You're right.
Yeah?
Well, unless.
Okay. Well, now it's just unreasonable.
I actually really appreciate that pistol round from Godsent. They're actually really, really fun to watch. Yeah, it's going to be a Godsent round here. No, that pistol round was super fun, actually. We see the nade... No, we're good. We see the nades come in, and we talk about again. This is the first tournament I think we had the old version of Dust 2 on Blast, or even the one prior to that. But
yes,
we kind of start seeing here now with the change of Dust 2 with the double doors or with the doors in the B area. That angle, I love this from Godsent that they actually use the smoke and we have it covered, because I was going to say if they don't have that smoke there, the rotation coming from Fnatic and just getting to the bomb site is difficult enough. So nicely done by Godsent. They have flashbangs for that as well, kind of choke out the site. And we saw that they did such a good job with that on Nuke on the inner bomb site. And we talk about the changes on this map, even with the opening in tunnel on Dust 2. There's so much stuff you can do with that now that people probably haven't figured out yet. But we're getting there. More and more.
Stiko just kind of won out that war. Double scout on Fnatic's side. Challenging. And Stiko actually squishes up JW as well. Far leg. Throws down the smoke. Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
And he gets tagged for it.
Oh,
that
and he gets some nade.
Flusha.
Taking so many L's.
Oh, another nade.
Oh,
there it is.
No.
One final
round, man.
What a sequence.
Just a collection of L's for Farlig.
And they might lose off of that.
And this is the one thing I would say about Godsent. The one thing they've been sloppy about is these rounds in particular, the anti-eco rounds, the rounds that they know that they're on a low buy. They have not been winning a lot of those or had a lot of success even having a lot of people survive.
Well, at least here they've made the right call initially. Oh, God, that's not good.
As soon as you say it, Jason.
I know.
It's
I don't know so weird. It's so strange. Let's test it again. Zen in a perfect position. Not a single person will kill him. No bullets will connect. Oh my God! Don't do it! Don't! Jesus
my God!
Christ.
No way, man! That's insane.
Okay.
Oh.
See, powers for good this round.
It's great that you can use your powers how you want from now on. I mean, you could certainly monetize that moving forward.
I'm starting to learn how to control them.
Yeah. Hone in on those skills. Golden. He's taken care of by Crystal and Zen. Jason was right. It was a farm round for him.
I mean,
JW
has like 5 HP. He missed like 10 SFG bullets. It's just like, the curse is just real at this point. Look at this. Oh,
imagine if he hits that no-scope, what happens in
oh my God.
after that?
I would
like.
That's when I'll just start my OnlyFans account for jinxing.
Oh, okay. I'll support that.
There we go.
At least Godsent wins the round. It was somewhat of a close one. But to turn it around, it's a B rush. And this is a 3-man Fnatic stack here. No utility though, but there's trades here. This
Oh,
is
no.
always a trap. This is
Good
always a trap
Lord.
with the B rush, man.
All you have to do is stay alive a little bit longer. Help's on the way. Stiko, the flying MAC-10. And those new doors, the angle ain't going to do nothing. J-Dubs in a 1 versus 3. He's got a couple players low. Actually, ooh, the plant not out in the open. That's great damage. No kill, and that's kind of unfortunate. Does find that, but it takes too long, and Farlig's got him from behind.
I mean, that's a great eco though, considering you had nothing.
Yeah.
You get 3 kills.
That's a good two rounds. Rounds 2 and 3 for Fnatic. 3 kills in each one.
And this is actually, we talk about spawn first swap around on the board here, and we talk about pacing, we talk about just setting the pace for the half. It's a perfect spawn for Gods and for Long here. We see Farlig already here. He has an AWP. Usually when you have the best spawn with AW, you don't tend to actually just go outside. You just have him peek instead, because obviously he blocks the other people wanting to run out by CT Blue and towards pits. But setting the pace early here with the entry as well into Brolan. Again, we talk about Dust 2, we talk about the meta and stuff, Inferno, Banana, etc. Dust 2 on Long is a conversation as well on if you want to fight for it, you waste a lot of nades. If you don't want to fight for, how does he deal with the retakes? This is kind of what Fnatic is known for as well. Obviously now, with the lost entry, Golden is kind of forced to make that move. And it's an individual one at that. So 5-on-3, good early start here from Godsent. They already have the A bomb side as well, so we should be seeing a quick save call here from Fnatic.
Really great look from Godsent. The patience, man, paying off for them. Even this one. They just waltzed their way into the A bomb site, complete map control. Zen, he knew exactly what was coming. Fnatic, they want to retake anything that they could have. And even Crims here, he's got so much work. Godsent, they may even chase.
I can't believe no one from Godsent's taking any damage. Just a nice, clean round.
Yeah. From Farlig's pick to even this. And I don't think Farlig even had the most optimal long A spawn there to begin with either.
No, I think he did. I think he had the
Did
best
he?
spawn. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
think
did.
he had the best spawn.
He had the best spawn.
That's why I mentioned it. If
I
this
still
was-
hate that that's a thing though. Like that the T's just beat the CTs there. That just, it irks me so much.
It's one of those things as well, and obviously I'm not sure how much we see it in NA, but like for Europe, that's a really big win condition, right? And especially if you start off that way, and it all depends on spawns, right? We see here, if we look on T-side spawns, if they continue to have at least one good person with a good spawn towards Long, this is a round we don't see that. If they continue to do that, they will continue to just put aggression on Long every single time, because it's really hard to hold, like you're saying, because you're there before the CTs, you always have to waste at least a flash, at least a molly from car, all that jazz, right? So like, it's a lot of utility having to waste. That's why for CTs, when we talk about this map, yes, it could flip into a CT-sided one, but it all depends on how you manage the early game. Once you get in a 4-0 start like this, it's very difficult for CTs to kind of get back the read on the Ts and start winning some rounds.
no.
That's a nice little opening.
If he could have lived with that smoke down, that would have been fantastic. Unfortunately, bomb's going to be recovered. But a good pop flash into a double kill for Fnatic. Oh, there's the
start
off.
for Brolan. Farlig even getting dinked out.
That's a USP that comes on the winning end. And flashbang
What a
in.
flash.
Oh my
Wait.
god,
Oh, there
JW
he
does
goes.
find him. Takes his time. It's like, that's some James Bond stuff from JW.
Oh, look at his position. Look at his position.
Okay. He spotted it. Still, that's Crims in the site with an M4. This round is going to be so difficult. Starting to get flanked out on Catwalk. Zen out in the open at Long. This is a fight that has to be won. That nade gets caught up in the signage, and a Molotov to boot as well. And Crims is going to escape aggressive towards Catwalk. And a good tag, but Zen finds another kill, and all of a sudden he's in a 1 versus 2, and he's flanked and finished. First round for Fnatic on the board.
Small oversight again from Godsent. If you're gonna be walking up short like that, one person just needs to be anti-flash. If the guy at the back just has his back turned, or even the guy close, there's 2 of them there. If one person is just anti-flash, then that play doesn't happen. Brolan doesn't get 2 kills, and everything's fine. But because of that, they don't have anybody who's playing anti-flash. The pop flash comes in, and Brolan's able to get 2 huge kills on them before they can do anything.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know, when you mention it, right? Because Gods has been such a good team to watch when it comes to weapon rounds. They've been playing it very safe. They actually don't do those mistakes, but as soon as the anti-eco hits, you kind of see those, those mistakes just come back. Of like, well, now we're playing a little bit sloppy instead. And it's these rounds of Fnatic are winning. Keep in mind, I feel like this has been the case throughout this whole best of 3 series so far, where Gods is in the lead, and then they lose a round like that. a round that you shouldn't have lost. Now, thankfully, if we think of money, like we mentioned with the Inferno one, 14-11, the money was there for Fnatic, but this time around to win it, but we can still buy back at least. And it's a good early, good opening at least from Crims. Kills Crystal. He was just supposed to be going down mid, and he was probably not supposed to be doing a whole lot, but basically to catch a rotation or not, and then for this A hit to hit.
Wow.
And then Madden gets the kill on JW. That's a big one. That's the AWP as well. That can't happen if you're Fnatic. Brolin has so much to do now on this bomb site.
Oh, they lined up for him just perfectly as he takes that far fight. Good response from Zen, but more Fnatic players coming up the rail. They're going to be peeking into it, but they can't get the angle. Zen with another one. Is he aware there's a second player? Crims goes down next. Oh, Zen! 2 HP remaining. An incredible round.
To finish Stallion. Man, Brolin tries to save that. That's unfortunate. We talk about timing. JW obviously gets caught in the jump there. He goes down, and as soon as that kill is made for Godsend, that's just a domino effect. That's when you... probably even Devilwalk is screaming there, go, go, go! Because the Opera is dead, and you have a lot of nades. You don't even have to flashback at this point. Just throw them all, throw the smokes, and they're just going with the members. Close round, nice round at the end there from Sen. I talk about this, the spawns from the T side. This is exactly this is a bad spot for Fnatic if you're in, because obviously again you win the previous round, you lose this one, you're forced on a save, and this round again we have good spawns towards long, so Fnatic have been playing a lot of sight and a lot of catwalk already. And because of that, they're setting themselves up, because of even the money advantage as well. Godsend again, very much the same thing on Nuke, where they're definitely in the lead here, and Fnatic having to counter to them and having to answer to them. And it gets even more dangerous with the fact that, you know, economy not really on your side.
Ooh.
But we'll see. I say that these are the rounds that Fnatic tends to win, and these are the rounds that Godsend tends to just throw away. They've been so good with these weapon rounds. Weapons rounds versus weapon rounds. But weapon versus eco, they've been less successful.
He hit that opening on JW at the A bomb site in the last round as well. He's having some very precise shots as he just walks into battles. Still, Godsend hasn't picked anywhere to commit to just yet. They have to be careful. Smoke out, Brolin overexposed in middle, and underneath the smoke, Zen finds another. And again towards CT spawn, another kill, and that should open things up. 3 players very low for Godsend, but Fnatic I don't think should be able to find the kills. Don't chuckle.
Oh, I was hoping he was just gonna like one-shot or something.
Don't you laugh.
Even Jason caught himself as he said it. He's like, should I really be
Yeah.
saying
Finish this sentence.
It shouldn't.
And here
Zen,
we go.
16 kills, 16 and 2.
And just to speak more about the whole thing with the long control, one of the things you see more and more, and especially, you know, the French scene does it a lot, and we have other teams does it a lot too, they just go spawn-based on the CT side, just so they always have good spawn towards that long area, because if the T's, we see here again, it's another good spawn for the T's for long, and if you, it's random as well where the spawns it, but you have, when you have a map like this and a side like this, where you have a lot of good spawns towards long, and CTs, it's so difficult, because you always have to waste so many nades here. We can see if they can hold off though. Crystal gets the one, Crims trades, but he's by himself here. This is actually a pretty good spot if you're Fnatic, because you have catwalk control and you have mid control. Crims going down there though, that's not great. But we'll see what happens here. 4-on-3. We have to regain some map control here if you're Fnatic, or at least have to talk about the positioning that we want to be playing at. We know JW is fast, is aggressive on cats. That's a good kill from Flusha as well. That's actually the guy from B.
Well, they should know that Flusha's the only one at the B bomb site now. He spotted one on A ramp.
You say that, but it totally depends on who you think that you spotted, right?
Well, he also heard him running.
Yeah, he heard the
across.
rotation from the B bomb
the
site.
rotation for sure.
Ooh, JW, easy kill. This time Madden not quick enough, and now they have to try and crunch things. JW in a tough spot, but he's got a teammate here. There's the swing on the cross.
Oh.
Nice shot from Farlig. Bomb's going to get planted, but that means they cede control of catwalk. So Farlig's going to try and make it back, and through the smoke, risky play, and Flush is taken down. It's Golden left in a 1 versus 2.
Low HP as well. Now to go back there, the reason why they go there, JW has not been seen the whole half, the whole round. You don't know that he's catwalk. He could have been the guy towards B, for example. It works out for Godsend, but again, this is where, you know, I'm also, to Davy's point, the whole thing of, you know, the T's having better spawns towards long than the CTs. That's why you see this new, like, the trend then that is spawn-based again. This is the stuff that we used to see like 8 years ago. Back in the day, we used to do spawn positions because you needed to. Dust 2 is turning into that now too, whereas, you know, if you keep on losing control of long, and you kind of start realizing now it's round number 9 coming up, and Godsend has had good spawns towards long a lot of the times, and they can keep abusing it, especially when Fnatic aren't winning it. Just the fact you can throw some 2 flashes, and one guy can always got CT blue is such a difficult spot to be in if you're Fnatic, and hence then the spawn positions instead. So for example, now Flush has a good spawn. He would be the first guy to take the peek towards long to kind of counter that CT or the blue push from long, I'd say.
Well, and one thing we've seen teams do is, you know, that the T's are always going to throw that smoke that lands on the corner. So we've seen CTs actually throw a second smoke past that one to almost connect them together to make a smoke wall so that the CT can actually get into the pit. Because once the CT's in the pit, that's enough to stop the T's from being able to scale up long, because that's a great crossfire from site to pit, right? So, and we haven't seen Fnatic really do anything to try to. Last round they fought for it, but it seemed like they just had the plan. Okay, we'll fight for it this round, but they didn't actually have a plan of how they were going to fight for it.
Exactly, and that's a good call as well, because obviously you have 2 ways of taking long. If you have a good spawn with the op, you just tend to take the shot, or maybe you go, you know, towards the blue container, or if you have a good spawn with AKs, you go down to pit. Great opening sequence here from JW. Goes aggressive. Timing is there from him. Farlig, we know, has the AWP in Suicide. He actually goes down as well. So both of these kills here from JW, this is really needed from Fnatic. You need to get off to a good start here. Especially, we see the buy. He needs to be the playmaker. And I love the fact that he's also continuing to be aggressive.
That a lot of people having trouble with that smoke.
Was it Crystal that missed the first time as well?
No,
I think it was Farlig, wasn't it?
It was Farlig, because then he got naded 3 times in 3 different spots right after that.
Oh yeah, and getting tagged by the scout through the door.
Yeah.
But this is definitely dream scenario, getting JW involved. I believe, did he do his cat jump down to mid to get a pick that lower B? Either way, very active on the map, getting 2 pickoffs for Fnatic. Prius confirming. So JW kind of warming up in this round, but the rest of his teammates, they're working with scraps this round. This was just a small buy, and we've mentioned it here. These are kind of the rounds that Fnatic have been coming out on top.
Ooh.
Godsend fumbling, but that's a good pick off for Zen. This is even a second one to follow up.
They're still going to the part of the map that has 2 more players, though. Still, those are the weapons gone, which is a huge find. Brolin in the corner isn't going to be able to stop that. Ooh, they were ready for it. Stiko just got shot in the face, and now, ooh, Brolin's so close, but a good response, and Zen is just a beast right now.
What a recovery.
It's such a smart play as well, right? Because you know that you're coming from long, so you know for a fact you haven't cleared cat, you have not cleared, I think, elbow or Gandalf, whatever we call it here. So like it's a safe plan towards long, and then just hold the peak. Sometimes you could see sloppy play there, but again, heads up play from Godsend.
Such an oversight right here from Fnatic, though, right there. I think if Flusha doesn't have a scout, I think he's watching for this. I think because he has a scout, he almost got baited into like trying to like scope through the smoke and look for people crossing. Because in a 5 versus 3, if JW's already posted on that, there's no reason for Flusha to also be yeah, exactly. There's no reason for Flusha to also be posted on that, especially when you're up numbers.
Well, they need to start getting some rounds on the board. 8-1 in the favor of Godsend. And this is the 3rd and deciding map in the series. So Fnatic yet to mount any kind of a fight. Pop flash onto Crims. He's going to back away into CT spawn. He has some nades to get himself the angle back. But
and
now
last time we saw Crystal try to walk through that molly and Crims picked him off. So this time he just backed up, went right back out the door with his teammates. Not taking that risk again.
The biggest problem now is, ooh, this is a good play. Brolin, denied.
Zen's just on one.
I was going to say, the fact that Crims rotates to CT spawn is really tough to deal with. Crims just burns. He was boosted up on that box and never got out of the way.
Those flames.
That late spread.
Yeah. That's an easy pickoff for JW, but he swings right back into it. Zen making things possible. Now this is 2 versus 2 post plant.
They're
but
stuck
Fnatic,
there.
yeah, they're in a good spot. That long in control. This should swing things in motion for this retake possibility. But Madden, he's right on the other side of the smoke. I think he needed to stay up close. He's falling back.
Yeah, and he chooses the timing of the smoke to make a run for it. So second round for Fnatic. Finally, and they salvage a double up setup. Let's see how much they can claw back after this.
Yeah, and they string 2 rounds together as well. They definitely needed that. We see here, again, we see heads-up play here from Godsend. It's unfortunate that actually JW gets a second one here because they're loading up a flashbang as this peak is happening. Maybe it wasn't even JW get the second one, but... Again, Godsend using their nades at least. But Fnatic with a second round on the board. We'll see. Flush has enough money here. He can drop a weapon to someone. We should have a relatively good buy here. Crims opting for the SMG with some utility instead. I love that. We're definitely heading into a meta here with CS where utility is just so important. You should always opt for utility over anything else.
I hope he gets aggressive long with this MP9. Maybe tries to play up close in the doors and counter whatever aggression Godsend's throwing at them towards long. They need to start at least showing that they're willing to take long control, because by letting Godsend constantly take it from them with their good spawns, they're not showing that they're willing to fight for it.
Yeah, and they need to win it once,
the round
too.
where they were, yeah, exactly. They have to actually have a plan to shut it down, because if you shut it down one time, that's enough to make Godsend think about it next time. It's not so free anymore.
And you're right though, Dave. They are putting 3 members there, and Crims is the one that's at least going down in pit. We didn't see the double
Yes.
smoke again though, like you mentioned. But then this time around, Godsend didn't also throw a smoke. But it's a little bit sloppy there, I'd say, from
Fnatic
Brawlhalla.
missed the
Normally,
Molotov.
yeah, I was going to say you missed the molly, and obviously I said it was sloppy, but he wouldn't be able to know that. He thinks he's safe. But then they're there waiting for him.
Crims must have known that he missed the molly, right?
It depends on the flashes,
he
right?
must
If-
have known.
It really
Yeah,
depends on the
that's
timing
true.
of the flashbangs. Like, it's the first one. You tend, even on a map like Train, when you go on CTCon, you throw that flashbang for the tease. Like, you jump out, right? But you're still out there, but you have no idea really what's going on. So, might have been a mishap from the Fnatic side. A flashbang gets there as well. JW tries to help Crims, but he actually gets flashed at the same time from Godsend, which is why it looked a little bit random. But they had an idea, and the communication was there from Fnatic. But he loses the member, and again, nice setup from Godsend. 4-on-2 now. And it's this long play again here, we mention it. And it's a late take
Checkmate.
anyway, but the whole thing that the fact is that Fnatic cannot hold long. Even if it's early, late, or mid, the fact is this is a big problem for him, because long on this map is very much like we used Inferno Banana as an example. Very much the same thing. And you have to find a solution to it, because even if you take mid, even if you take B, they will just keep on abusing this. Look at the spawns again here.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, and they keep going back to trying to hold on to it, and now at this point they're just losing players. I mean, in all fairness, we keep talking about this tactical game, but Zen's 24-4
Yeah.
in 11 rounds. Like,
Dude,
what
he's
what
been
do you
getting
want?
2 kills every
Yeah,
round. Every single round. He
the-
can do no wrong at this
He's
point.
averaging over 2 kills per round. Like, I don't know what everyone expects
Yeah.
to be done here against someone who's
No,
playing at that level.
The only thing I will say, and honestly, it is feedback, because they should look into the spawns of the T's on this map. They need to revise a little bit, because we can't have a case, because it's random as well, right? Some halves you might have, like Godsend has now, every single round they have almost a good spawn towards long. Anyone, right? You only need one guy. It doesn't matter who it is. But some times you might have no one. You might have one time you have a good spawn towards long, right? And it's too random. You can't base on a half like this when you have good spawns towards long. This is when you have these dominant T sides, because long is so difficult to hold on CTs.
You don't like
especially-
RNG, Robin?
Not this kind of RNG, right?
No,
Because
I just-
this is game breaking to me, right? It's
Yeah,
different,
yeah,
because
yeah.
look at Banana on Inferno. Even if a good spawn, yeah, you can go in there, you can go to wood, but you wouldn't be able to come up to car. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be able to get there before the CTs come
For
there.
sure.
Here, that's not the case here. He could be out halfway to CT blue by the time that you peak as a CT, so
And it
they should definitely revisit those.
Yeah, it definitely even sucks, because the opportunities that Fnatic actually had, there was a missed Molotov, there was some missed timings. So these are good kills though from Crims. Once again, off the back of a pistol.
Yeah, good for the highlight reel. Good for the
Yeah.
frag movie. Not so much good for the win. 10th round for
Yeah,
Godsend.
You just don't show the score in the frag movie, you know?
Yeah, you edit that out.
Just the kills. You edit out the score.
And as long as you sync it with like cool music to the beat, you know.
Mhm.
Nobody will question. 8-round lead.
And I like this play from Godsent too on the anti-eco round. They're not giving away any sound cues. They're just walking up and taking the fights when they know they have the weapon advantage. Because if you give away the sound cues, you're potentially giving Fnatic the chance to throw a pop flash and peek you guys, right? So just by walking up and not giving anything away, you're using your weapon advantage there on that cross where you know the AKs are gonna. Chances are you're gonna win those fights.
Here's what we'll
not
say.
giving Fnatic a chance to do anything slimy.
Yeah. Here's what we'll say on that CT side for Fnatic. You know, when you have these spawns, you can't hold long. Obviously, the win condition is just we need longer. We just lose the half. The conversation should be here, if you cannot hold long, if you can't take long, you need to take other map control. That means B tunnel, it means mid, it means catwalk. There's options here for Fnatic still, right? So here we do see a regular defensive setup. It's a 3-man stack towards B. It's a B split from Godsent. They are out mid, but we'll see if they are expecting 3 people here, or if even a Fnatic are expecting Godsent to be out mid here, especially being so close up in window.
Madden, oh, he can taste it. He's so close, but Fnatic are aware. He definitely got spotted out. Flusha, nice little jiggle peek there on Madden's jump up.
Listen, Zen's still alive, so anything can happen in this round.
That's true. That's true. He's due for at least 2 kills, right, into this round. He's definitely looking out for it. Man, 40 seconds left. Farlig, ooh, he's gonna find an opening. There it is. But he gets down so low.
Not sure what that Molotov is meant to accomplish.
He was afraid of a double push there.
Okay.
He was definitely scared.
Little tense. Here we go. Zen going for the bait on Farlig. No one's going to peek up, you would imagine. Golden should be good for at least the first kill. Teammate at double doors. There it is. Spraying for the next, and he's got Zen. No kills in the round for Zen, which is a rare occurrence on Dust 2. And Fnatic have their third of the half.
I just feel like Zen doesn't even care anymore.
He's done his job. He's just, yeah, like, whatever.
No, he feels like he didn't even try that round. He just gets 2 kills every round, and then all of a sudden just 0. I don't know. I don't like it. I feel like he gave up.
It's a good round for Fnatic.
Does he even want to win?
Look at the spawns here for Godsent again. It's another long spawn here. It's a good round from Fnatic. Again, we talk about stringing rounds together. We're gonna see the same abuse here that we see. I mentioned it, mid, cat, or B is where you can kind of regain control. Fnatic are opting for mid here. This is a great read from Fnatic. It's a good thing that we see this as well. This is kind of what you really need to happen when you lose long like this.
What?
Crims gets another one as well. They are a little bit spread out, but I love this play. Like I mentioned, when you see all these nades come in from long every single time, and especially here we're down in long, they need men for this, for Godsent to make this happen, right? So for that, there's obviously more space on this map to regain control. They go for mid this time around. We haven't seen that so far this half. This needed to happen a little bit sooner, but I love this play from Fnatic.
Oh, I feel like Farlig still should have been able to get that kill.
Yeah, because Godsent knows what the counter plays are, and Crim's walking up mid. Like you said, I'm not sure how Farlig wasn't able to actually get that one.
Yeah. He was ready and waiting. Awkward stuff. JW gonna get blocked off the angle. Molotov comes out late. He wants to repeat. There's Farlig burning alive. Nice play from JW. He's not aware that one crossed though. That's Zen. He's involved, and there's the kill into the upper bomb site as well onto Goose. So now the bomb can make its way in. Fnatic already have control of Catwalk, but they can't stop this plant from going down.
Oh man, I bet if JW doesn't get that molly kill, he kind of clears that left, but that was such a juke for him. Now this 3 versus 3 scenario, Sticko, he's in a good spot. He's able to apply and hold down this long A, and there it is. That's kind of the checkmate. Fnatic here, they're gonna bail out, save their weaponry for the last round of the half, and this is again just Godsent kind of one-upping Fnatic on positionally.
Yeah, again, even though the Fnatic did have a good response, they tried to do that aggressive mid. They were actually able to get a kill, but even still, when long is just completely given up, I feel like we're harping on the same thing over and over again. But it really does come down to the fact that Fnatic have not been able to shut down Godsent at long once this half. And when you can always take long control as a T, that just gives you, even though it's only one spot, and it's weird because the way this map is designed, even though it's only one spot in the corner of the map, it actually gives you so much map control because it's so hard to hold that cross into the site. And it's such a strong post-plant position that as a T, you don't actually need control anywhere else as long as you have long control.
Yeah, and exactly like you're saying, Davey, as well. And again, not to harp on long, but even if you can't hold it at one time, rounds like these, we just have the one member from Godsend just like faking long. It creates so much chaos for the Fnatic side because you don't know if it's 5, you don't know if it's just a 1, and they created this like kind of mirror saying like, hey, we're always taking long, we're always faking long, and for Fnatic then, rotation's not going to be the best. But we do know that this map, if anything as well, can swing so fast. So even though Fnatic only have the 3 rounds on the board here now, getting a 4th one is important. But they are a very good T-sided team on this map as well. Nice early entry there from Golden, but he goes down right away. We're going to see a bit of a brawl here. Smokes are in as well. Fnatic should wait for this.
Oh, no. He wanted to go back, and he didn't even see the follow-up spread coming in. Oh, he just got one through the smoke through the door. Okay, that makes up
It's
for
like,
it.
take that. Don't ever molly me again.
Right. Well, bomb's going to get planted, and it's a 3-on-3. 2 ops for Godsent to hold this off. There's 1 flashbang, Molotov, nade, and smoke for the Fnatic side to use. Here's the Molotov to force anyone out of the car position. Nothing coming. Here's the nade, no damage dealt. And now the follow-up smoke and flashbang. JW gets another one through the smoke and the door again. I don't know how he's pulled that off. And the retake has concluded. I have no real idea, but JW, that's 2 fantastic kills. But, however, the half is better from Zen. I think he ends with like 26, 27 kills, something beastly. We're going to do a break, and Fnatic have a long comeback to make when we return, so stay tuned. Let the second half begin. 26-6 on Zen, and Godsent have an 11-4 lead. Third and final map in the 5th, 6th place deciding matchup between Fnatic and Godsent. And look at
the 5-man
this.
mid.
It's a classic. Ooh, there's one, and big trade. Okay, so Fnatic get the bomb site for free. I say free, but they're already getting encroachment. If they try and plant, they're going to go down. One player's isolated in the site, and that guy has the bomb as well. They need to get back into the B site and help. Aggression coming in from Crystal. Golden, I don't know how he gets a kill out of that scenario. Somehow this is coming back for Fnatic.
That's so huge. Stiko, he's got it. Now Golden has backup. The trade, it should be there, and that reload, the timing.
I guess Godsent never understood the advantages that they had, but they didn't press any of them.
They saw the bomb, but they had no idea where the other 2 were. We see there, obviously, down in mid. This happens a little bit later, so the information's not quite there. Obviously, we see it on the minimap. If Godsent just pushes that, kills the bomb planner.
Oh my god. Okay. That's not cool. He does it again later on as well.
Just JW things.
He's going to come back for it. Look at this freak show. All right. Oh, he's
his own smoke.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's so dirty. Can you believe it? And then a pistol round on top.
Yep. And the conversation here goes, we can kind of see the spawns as well, but here's the thing for Fnatic, and same thing for Godsent. Same problem that's going to persist on this half is, can they hold on to long? They have to win a few of those. They can't just leave them. Like David was saying, not winning a single long take just bodes problems for that CT side. This one is an eco though, so should be a relatively easy one for Fnatic. But just the fact that they're starting on this long take on these anti-ecos. Again, we talk about map control, we talk about setting the pace, and also we talk about mindset for the CTs. So already here Fnatic showing that, hey, we're taking long, we like to take long, and that's something that you guys have to be mindful of. Makes it close though, it's still a 3-on-2, bomb is down, no kit. This is mostly for damage. They're not going to have time to defuse the bomb here. I mean, Fnatic, there's no way they're going to let him, especially seeing as well, look at the minimap. One guy still in CT spawn.
Yeah.
So this is all for damage.
They're just fun. All right, so 6th round for Fnatic as they start to come back into the game. Flusha lurking for one more kill. That's the scout taken away. Farlick, he picks up one of his own. He's got the tag, but cannot get the deagle out in time. So, just 5 rounds back now for Fnatic.
Yeah, they lost some members, but it's a round win at least. One of the things that Godsent was struggling on throughout this whole series. We'll see here. I mentioned it. This should be the relatively easy, the easiest anti-eco, I guess. out of the 2. And we'll see what's in store for us here. Smoke down in mid to not see how many crosses for the CTs. And it's a catwalk push with one flashbang from Crystal here. And he's the mid guy. Usually you kind of wait for timing and you flash him. But instead it's a good positioning from JW. I say that, so he just gets the 1. And now all of a sudden, rotates are coming in. Fnatic do have the B bomb site though. Just the 1 flash from Crystal. It's going to be a fast... We talk about when you plant the bomb, but we talk about the man advantage you have. This will be a fast retake. We waited for the smoke, and here we go. That's the only nade you have.
Oh, they're in. Kind of.
Not so delayed.
Yeah, that really was. Brolin's able to recover in time to get 3 kills. Madden trying to find the head and not going to.
It looked good.
Yeah.
The idea was there, and I thought it was actually going to be great, but man... 1 by 1, that was so slow from Godsent to capitalize on that flash.
And your first player in has a Mac 10, so it's not like he's going to be able to clear any space for you either. Like, he gets in quick, but like the idea that he's going to find a nice little battle there to give you some space to work with. It looks like maybe they got stuck on the wall, or maybe he just waited to see what the action was going to be like.
Yeah.
Trying to bait a little bit too much.
If I'm Crystal, I'm yelling at Madden right now because Crystal threw the flash and then got into the site before he did. Like somehow he got there first. And now this, look at this right here. This is the long control that Fnatic needed in the last half. Godsent, well practiced. They're able to execute it. And the first time Fnatic tries going out long on the gun round, it just gets completely shut down.
Yeah, and you're 100% right there, Davey. Here's the thing, we talk about mindsets. Winning the first round, you do at that as well. If you're Fnatic, this is one of the things that Astralis does well, in the sense of they lose a round, they go back to it. And let's just do it again. Maybe it's a fluffed round or whatever. Some teams though don't tend to do that, so they kind of, oh my god, long is just a bust, man. Like, we can't go long. And you kind of don't see these teams go back to long then after a while. But we'll see here. Obviously, the round's not over. It's about to be. But it's going to be interesting to see here if Fnatic, even though they lost that long take the first time around, again, the winning scenario on Dust 2 tends to be this long push. Same thing, the winning on Inferno on the T side. You can win, obviously, nothing in Banana, but...
Oh,
that poor guy.
so close. But no
He got so
cigar.
many shots off,
Yeah.
even.
They
He had
even
to take
they
like
even
3 or
looked
4 shots.
they looked pretty decent as well.
Yeah.
It's all right. Those were the 2 shots they gave him, through the door, through the smoke
Right.
at the B bomb site. They
Payback.
had to take him back. 5-round lead, and I mean the dangerous part is, the scoreline sucks obviously, but so does the buy, which is the most worrying side of things. Fully invested is Fnatic, and if they lose this without a plant, they might just have to sit out completely next round. There's a B rush and a half. Crystal's got 2 kills. Farlick comes over, 1 coming into mid. Oh, he's got that as well, but he misses the shot. His teammate will not handle it.
Almost. This Molotov and smoke might buy Broland some time for his teammate to catch up to him, but no, Godsent, they're not going to give it to him.
Yeah, I can't believe that he thought he'd be able to get that plant down before. Maybe, I guess he thought Flusha was close enough. 13-7, the op will be recovered as well, and Godsent in the driving seat.
So
Yeah,
decisive.
now Fnatic's money with that force buy too. They are just broke now. And right there, Flusha with the CZ. You'd usually, or CZ, sorry, Americans. You'd bet on him to hit those shots. For some reason, that gun has always been just his thing. But he actually misses the shot, and Farley gets 2 kills because of it.
Yeah, that's a bit brutal. Nice
Farm.
easy one for Zen. As if he needs to farm more kills.
Get in there, buddy. Go get him.
Oh, he's going to get another one, isn't he?
Oh, that
Oh,
jump.
we jumped. The jump.
The jump. That smoke grenade, the smoke from the grenade, the HE grenade. I've
Yeah.
never seen it be so powerful.
30
Zen is like, what the hell?
He's got 33 kills.
And only 10 deaths. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, well, and only 21 rounds as well. There we go.
150 adder. Damn.
Yeah, but that headshot percentage is crap.
Dude, look at Crystal's headshot percentage.
Yeah, he's going wild.
This is a bad spawn from Fnatic. I wonder if it's going to be a fake from long, or if they're just going to try and take... I was going to say, you compare the spawns, and again, I think it's bullshit. Fnatic. bad spawns towards long. Godsend
I
with a
wish
lot
you'd
of
stop
good spawns
sugarcoating things, Robin.
towards long. I just, it's one of those things of like, sure, the map can be played differently as well, but because of that, because the overpoweredness of it, let's message Valve, let's get it fixed.
They already gave you the doors at the B bomb site.
Yeah,
Just
let's
because
fix
of
it one more time.
It's just because of how strong the post plants are from long, right? So you don't even need control of anything else. That's what makes it so OP.
Crystal's
What?
feeling victory. He knows it's close. He's going for the knockout punch. To the A bomb site we go. One player in CT spawn, one player on catwalk, and one player is going to be flanking long pretty quickly. And it's Zen who's on the flank.
There's a gap.
Yeah, one kill here would be beautiful. Farlick's got one, excuse me. And can't add anything more on top of it. And now Zen, does he want to commit?
Oh, this is a moment for Zen. This flashbang might set him up. He's even got a second one to follow suit. And he's just spotted on top A. He's still got that flash and Molotov. If Fnatic... Oh, that's a nice shot
the
for
timing.
Broland. Yeah, I was going to say, Fnatic gives Zen the duels that he wants, man. He's been on a heater.
I don't think Zen thought they were going to peek into that.
No, they didn't. That was perfect
No,
timing for Broland.
and Broland was anti-flash because his teammate was flashing for him, so he avoided Zen's flash and just peeked out right after. It was great timing from him and a good shot. Yeah, see, look, he's setting up for the flash. Here it comes onto the ramp, so Broland's got his back turned.
That's
Right when
crazy.
Zen's flash pops too. It's just super unlucky for him.
Ooh, good spawns for Fnatic this time. They're out. Oh, Flusha with this ump. Of course it's an ump on the back of Flusha to find the opening, but Godsend, they're not really willing to give this up. Madden gets a leg shot off, but he's also dinked. Flusha's doing so much work for Fnatic. It looks like Godsend, they're going to be setting up for some sort of a pop flash retake, but Fnatic, they're out of there. They already have the pick control. They've got Broland down in there, and it looks like they're going to be heading back over towards B.
Alrighty. JW looking for the cross. It's going to be Stiko alone at that B bomb site, excuse me. Takes the shot, two players crossing over, so that smoke is delaying as much as possible. Crystal's here now as well. Stiko does have a Molotov, but that's it. When this utility comes in, he might be able to shut them down. Yeah, Broland's got the flank out towards long. This is starting to come together for Fnatic. They must get into this B bomb site. One more player, but the Molotov in hand is going to do absolutely nothing. And there's the return. Fnatic have forced their way in, but Zen one more time on a flank. Oh, he's going to have to take this fight way too early than he'd like. 14-9.
You know, this round, it almost looked like it could have fallen apart because Broland, it turned into a fake, or a flank, but it was initially supposed to be a fake. You saw Molotov up top A, but Godsend, they were already all rotated. That fake, it came a second too late, but thankfully, the B attack actually, it held strong. The entries, they fell forward for Fnatic, so they're able to get that round, and Broland, the flank, paying off.
B rush here from Fnatic. Save round for Godsend. Smoke was in mid, so Fnatic doesn't really know how many is actually over the cross there towards B, so it's a bit of a gamble. But the gamble is right. It was just one member there, and it's the same anti-eco we saw in Godsend's second round. Boost Cat with the smoke in mid. Having 5 alive as well. Money's looking fantastic on the Fnatic side now. Godsend still in the lead though. And even looking at this Godsend money here, I couldn't see it fully after we saw the replay. I think we saw 5k, 4k. It's one of those buys where, you know, I would love to see. I love this from Godsend. Play it safe. You're in the lead. This is a map where you need the utility. Even double up if you feel the need to. So doing a double save here, by far the best call. Love that play from Godsend. Still some, I mean, still a relatively good buy here to do some damage. But it's a regular setup at first. Crystal by himself at B. He has a Molly left, but after that, he's probably going to get a rotate or two come over, because he's not going to be able to hold it off. But it depends on the setup here for Godsend. It looks to be... I'm not sure if... I think it is an aggressive catwalk setup here with number 9, Stiko, just chilling on the side. It's actually done a CT spawn. It's a CT spawn setup, rather. I take it back. And it's a slow round. Fnatic, I mean, this is good for Godsend as well. They're actually not giving Fnatic anything. They've shown themselves a little bit because of the smokes. Fnatic actually has no idea where the Godsend players are at right now. So now we're talking, we still have a lot of utility left on the Fnatic side. But usually now we should see some more flashbangs being thrown for map control. That's a good molly as well. We want to play it safe here. And then we're still going to have a good amount of nades for this execute. And we already see from the minimap here the setup the Fnatic is going for. It's going to be an A split with 2 from long, 3 towards cat. Usually the cat people throw their nades first and then you have the long lurk. And if there's 2 there, you might have 2 double lurks.
Whoa.
But he's expecting it. He actually expected it, but he only gets the 1 anyway. And that's the bomb site. Sen is there though with an SMG in spawn, but he's not going to get anything done.
Ooh. Okay. That was not the jumping player. That was Golden back towards car. I was caught off for just a moment. 14-11. And Fnatic starting to make this interesting. Zen's cooled off. Haven't had to say his name in quite some time. Farlig back on the AWP. Plenty of utility. Plenty of weaponry for the Godsend side. Just 2 rounds away from winning the whole series.
And a lot of pressure towards upper B right away. Crims, man, he looks like he wants to just continue walking out mid here. Right past the smoke.
They were going to rush it if he didn't molly there, but we see here as well, like you mentioned, Crim's already out mid. This is an A setup for Godsend. This is a perfect read from
what
Fnatic.
A shot.
Great call from Fnatic here. They get the entry as well. Now you can kind of calm it down a little bit. Depending on who he gets there, you know, if you get JW, you might just go a fast cat, but it's Crims that you get. So that wouldn't, or it's Madden rather, that wouldn't cost for any additional rotates. That's just an opening for you, and you can just go back to running your default, and now it's Godsend having to reply. And it's a passive setup, but they are leaning towards mid a little bit. And that's even Stiko. So I love this play from Godsend. You have to regain some map control here. They're opting towards mid. Once we see that catwalk push here, then we should see Godsend take over mid again and kind of hopefully do a fast flank.
Golden's alone right now with the bomb in mid.
Ooh. Oh no, that's a freebie. Farlig with 2-3.
Oh
Make
my.
it 3. He's shut it all down. Oh, it all crumbles after the opening kill for Fnatic. And now they have to win 4 in a row. They can't lose anything from here on out.
What a
Such a
dominant
good
round.
response from Godsend.
Yeah, I love that.
They did the long control. They sent 4 people towards long because they really wanted to make sure they got control of that. Fnatic left it alone. They backed up. They
dear.
went out quick mid. And then what they did was Godsend completely left long after that. They completely left it and rotated 3 people towards CT spawn. So they were super ready to shut down that mid play from Fnatic. And Farlig, just sitting in the corner there, was able to pick up 3.
Actually, double up setup towards long here. Madden had a good spawn, so he decided I'm just going to go for a peek. Farlig was there to help him out, though. It's still a good buy from Fnatic. And looking at the CT economy as well. At least it's not a super uphill battle here for Fnatic. It's not like 2 or 3 gun runs that you have to win in a row. It's this one, and then a potential low buy into saves. That's a good early entry, though, from Farlig.
Oh my lord.
And a leg shot as well here from Brolin. Oh dear.
Yeah, he never expected the re-aggression. 2 players at long, they might want to fall back. You can see Crims moving up catwalk as well, but that's not going to be easy to find anything there. Boosting up into the bomb site. So Godsend have a good hold of the A site. They're going to transition away from defending long and move it to catwalk.
Constantly moving, constantly proactive. But Brolan, he's been in pit. He actually punishes Madden's repeat, and whoa, Crims, those flames really helping him out. Farlig, he never stood a chance. He couldn't even see him. So all of a sudden, the A bomb site, it falls. All 3 members of Godsend are towards this middle and CT spawn area, and Flusha, he's got that covered.
Yeah, they get caught in transition. Farlig out in the open on catwalk behind the flames, had nowhere to go. And that's a dream that Flusha was going to be able to stay alive with that Molotov. Either way, Godsend went nothing to do with the rest of this round. Farlig can buy in the next one, and they're going to back away. And we'll see what Godsend can scrape together in the next round. They might have to save.
I actually hope that they do make the call here to save for next round, because even if Farlig can buy here, you're going to have these 2 players that survives drop weapons, and you're not going to have a good buy. And for Fnatic, we look at their money as well. It's going to be another full buy from them. So we talk about odds, and especially on the seed side on Dust 2, you just have to have full buys. And even then, the odds wouldn't necessarily be in your favor, but they would be closer. 15 to 12. 2 saved weapons here, but I mentioned it. If Fnatic had killed all 5, it would have seen a full save, but this is still a relatively... We'll see here what the decision is. It is a full buy here from Godsent. And depending on the money loss bonus, they lose this one 15-13, 15-14 that round would be really scrappy. And then we had the potential in overtime, or a 16-14 win from Godsent. But it's a good spawn. I was going to say from Fnatic, but it's just Brolan chilling outside a long. And it's another set A long play from Godsent. And you kind of see the change here, right? You compare that to Fnatic and compare that to Godsent. Godsent has been leaning more towards 4 long in the beginning to just hold off that push. And then you see the fallback. And then the reposition.
You back up real quick after you've been hit with a smoke grenade. Oh, there goes Stiko. He got dedicated.
Oh.
Fnatic is finding everyone in the worst possible positions. Oh no, this is looking like a 13th round. I don't know how you're supposed to defend against that. Okay, coming through the smoke is Zen. That's a good turn from the P250 and the op shot. JW handles it all.
I mean, that's a dream, right? You start off well, but as soon as that happens and the guy is pincered on the B bomb site, obviously it would be a very quick call to make, but I would have probably preferred a safe call there. Because now you're in a bad spot if you're Godsent rather. You have no money for this one. We'll see where the money loss is at. It's actually really good for Godsent, so can't be too unhappy about that. So you still get some pistols here. But this should be a Fnatic round.
Oh my god, if Godsent let this get to overtime after all the good that they've done, that would be so heartbreaking. And it's the worst part about this for me is Fnatic's on a streak heading into this final round, and Fnatic's one of those momentum teams where they're going to be feeling so confident after rattling off like 3 rounds in a row.
Definitely so. That confidence beaming, even in the decisions that they're making, the plays that they're making. Brolan tapping away. You could definitely see that their motivations are really high after the string of rounds they've gathered.
Imagine getting 37 kills and not being able to close out the map. Zen has got to be so frustrated. Yeah, he might need 40 to do it. Look at this run from Fnatic, though. Holy hell, 7 of the last 8.
The dream. Only 1 round away now for Fnatic to secure this overtime.
All right, make your wagers.
I think it depends on here what Godsent decides to do. I hope that they don't go back to the 4 long setup, because I feel like it's very risky for the last round. Sure, it is a gamble, and you have one round left to do so with.
Fifi, is Godsent winning this? Yes, no?
I think it's overtime.
Christine?
No.
Oh dear. Davey?
Not when Flush has got an auto sniper spamming away.
Maybe.
Mid.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe.
What
the hell is that?
We had a yes, a no, and a maybe.
That's the worst. You guys are awful
It
at
just
this
seemed
game.
to fit.
Here we go.
What do you have then?
Godsent's winning it.
Yeah.
16-14?
16-14.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Fnatic then.
I'm going with Fnatic.
See,
Yeah.
now we're even. Now we're
All
even
right.
again.
Take it. Bring me the map, Farlig. Let's go. Opening pick with that AWP. Stiko at railing. Madden and Pitt. Crystal. And Farlig inside of the B bomb site. It's Zen down in CT spawn. And Zen's got the hot hand. They're coming right at him. Oh, another kill.
Boost.
He's going to back away. Nade comes out. A little bit more damage coming in. That's onto JW. 3 on 5 for the series. And everyone picking Fnatic to win, a.k.a. my 3 colleagues, feeling real dumb right about now. Zen, don't do it.
Let's go, J-Dubs. Bring
I
it
can't
back,
believe you said
baby.
something. I cannot believe you said something.
Listen, I've ordered the champagne. It's all good. We're going to be celebrating in no time. 35 seconds on the clock. I'm still not even worried. Are they calling a fake? 2 players at catwalk, maybe
Oh,
to
the
jump
balls
down
on
and
these
This
guys.
is risky.
Surely nobody moved. Okay, they're starting to get one. That's Farlig. That's the AWP, but he just stops in the bomb site. They actually,
invite.
they call him back. Yeah, not enough
Oh,
at the very
no.
least. Here's, oh, there it is. I think Crim's actually spotted the close one. I can't believe they're getting aggressive, but Farlig's going to deliver. And boom, shakalaka. I'll take that all day long.
I never doubted him.
Yeah.
I never doubted him.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be honest, it was a mistake on my end because I picked Fnatic because I thought we had 2 for Godsent and 2 for Fnatic. Otherwise, I would have just said Godsent.
Uh-huh.
So really...
All the
so
excuses
really,
coming out now.
It's such a bad excuse as well. Probably one of the worst ones
Even
I've
as
heard.
far as excuses go, that was weak.
That's a horrible one.
2-1 for Godsent. A very close affair on Dust 2, but I mean, they looked like they were in control for most of that. What a game from Zen.
Popping
Yeah.
off.
I think,
it looked like
37
on Dust
kills?
2... Yeah, something like that, something ridiculous. It looked like on Dust, honestly, it looked on all 3 maps. It looked like Godsent was almost more prepared and more up to date with the meta on all 3 of the maps. Even on Inferno, Fnatic's individual skill and their players were able to sort of bail them out of it. But especially on Nuke, Fnatic looked totally outclassed. And on Dust 2, even though Fnatic did make it close towards the end, it felt like Godsent was in control for 90% of that game.
90%. You guys feel that? 90%
I just threw out a
in control?
number. It could have been 85, could have been 80.
Well, you know, we'll leave it at the percentages. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll have a deeper breakdown, perhaps even an interview. So stay tuned and see what you're going to get.